You wake up in the morning, and instead of feeling rested, you feel like you've already run a marathon. The coffee barely touches your fatigue. Even after a full night's sleep, you still drag your feet, wondering where your energy has gone. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. After 60, many people feel tired almost all the time. And the strange part is, it's not always because you stayed up too late or because you didn't get enough rest. It's because your body doesn't handle energy the way it used to. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at keeping blood sugar steady. Blood sugar is your main fuel. It's like the gasoline in a car. When it swings up and down too much, you feel like your tank is empty, even if you just ate. That's why some mornings, after having toast or a sweet breakfast, you might crash within hours, needing another cup of coffee or a nap. It's not that you're lazy or weak, it's your fuel system running out of balance. Here's the hopeful news. What you eat every single day can completely change that. Especially the kind of grains you put on your plate. Most people over 60 grew up eating white bread, white rice, or sugary cereals. All quick sources of energy, but they burn out fast. They spike your blood sugar, then drop it sharply, leaving you even more tired than before. But there are other grains, wholesome, slow-burning, steady energy grains, that can act like a clean fuel for your body. Instead of crashing, they give you a steady release of energy, helping you feel awake and strong throughout the day. Think of it like wood for a fire. White bread and sugary foods are like throwing dry paper into the fire. It burns bright, but only for a second. Then you're left with smoke and ashes. Whole grains are like solid logs. They burn slowly, evenly, keeping your fire alive for hours. That's exactly what your body needs after 60. Not quick bursts, but steady energy that lasts. Now, let's be honest. When most people hear whole grains, they think of bland oatmeal or something their doctor told them to eat but never explained why. But the truth is, grains can be delicious, filling, and powerful allies for your energy. They're not just about keeping you full. They're about keeping you energized in a way your body understands. In this video, we'll talk about 6 powerful grains that can bring your energy back. Oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, buckwheat, and millet. Each of them has its own special role. Some are rich in fiber that keeps your blood sugar steady. Some are packed with protein that helps your muscles stay strong. And one of them, which we'll reveal at the end, is especially good for your heart, giving you double protection, steady energy, and better circulation. But before we jump into the list, I want you to think of one simple question. What if your constant tiredness isn't about age, but about fuel? Because if that's the case, changing your fuel source could change your life. Imagine waking up with energy that actually lasts, walking through the day without that heavy, dragging feeling, and finishing dinner without immediately wanting to collapse on the couch. It's possible, and the secret is surprisingly simple: the right grains. So let's dive in. In the next part, we'll start with the first grain, oats, a humble food you may have eaten your whole life, but probably never realized how much it could do for you after 60. For many seniors, breakfast is the trickiest meal of the day. You wake up hungry, but the wrong breakfast can set you up for hours of fatigue. Think about the typical options: white toast with jam, a bowl of sugary cereal, maybe even a pastry. They taste good in the moment, but they leave you crashing before lunch. Your energy rises like a balloon, then drops just as quickly. And by 10 a.m., you're yawning, rubbing your eyes, and wondering why you feel so drained when you only just got out of bed. This is where oats step in. Simple, humble oats, a grain that has been around for centuries, can be one of the most powerful foods to bring your energy back. Unlike white bread or processed cereal, oats digest slowly. They don't flood your body with sugar all at once. Instead, they release energy gradually, like a gentle stream feeding into a river. That steady release is exactly what your body needs after 60, when blood sugar swings can be more dramatic and harder to control. What makes oats so special isn't just that they're a whole grain. They're also rich in something called soluble fiber. Don't worry. You don't need to remember the scientific term. Just know that it's like a sponge inside your stomach. It soaks up sugar and slows it down, preventing those spikes and crashes that make you feel tired. It's the reason why a bowl of oatmeal can keep you full and energized for hours, while a slice of white toast leaves you running on empty. But here's another benefit that might surprise you. Oats also support your heart. Many seniors deal with cholesterol issues, and oats have a unique type of fiber called beta-glucan that helps lower bad cholesterol. So when you eat oats in the morning, you're not just fueling your energy, you're also protecting your heart, which means better circulation, better stamina, and more strength for your daily activities. Now you might be thinking, but oatmeal is boring. That's only true if you've been making it the same way for the last 30 years. Oats can actually be versatile and tasty if you dress them up. You can make warm oatmeal topped with blueberries and walnuts for a breakfast that supports both your brain and your joints. You can try overnight oats, soaking them in milk or yogurt with a little cinnamon and apple slices, so they're ready to grab in the morning. You can even bake oats into muffins or mix them into smoothies for variety. One more thing seniors often worry about: digestion. Constipation becomes more common as we age, and few things drag your energy down like that sluggish, heavy feeling. Oats are an excellent way to keep your digestion moving smoothly. Their fiber keeps your system regular, which means less bloating, less discomfort, and more energy freed up for your body to use elsewhere. It's not glamorous to talk about, but it makes a huge difference in how you feel day to day. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine 2 mornings. In the first, you have a sweet cereal with milk. Within an hour, you feel your eyes drooping. You grab a cup of coffee to push through, but by mid-morning, you're still sluggish. In the second morning, you have a bowl of warm oats with berries and a sprinkle of nuts. You feel steady, focused, and satisfied until lunchtime. The difference isn't magic, it's simply fuel. The second breakfast gave your body a log to burn slowly instead of paper that burned out in seconds. This is why oats deserve to be called a senior superfood. They're affordable, easy to prepare, easy to chew, and gentle on your stomach. They fight fatigue at its root by balancing blood sugar, protecting your heart, and keeping your digestion regular. So if you're always tired and mornings feel like a battle, try starting your day with oats. It's not a flashy change, but it's a powerful one. And over time, the steady energy you gain can add up to brighter mornings, sharper afternoons, and evenings where you still have enough energy to enjoy time with family or go for a walk. In the next part, we'll talk about a grain that may not have been on your plate when you were younger, but is now becoming a favorite among health experts worldwide: quinoa. Unlike oats, quinoa is packed with protein, something seniors often miss but desperately need for energy and muscle strength. If oats are the steady morning log that keeps your fire burning, quinoa is like adding a little spark of strength to the flames. Unlike most grains, quinoa isn't just about fiber and slow energy. It's also loaded with protein, something seniors often don't get enough of, yet desperately need to feel strong and energized. Think about protein as the building blocks of your body. Your muscles, your bones, even your immune system rely on it. When you were younger, you probably got plenty without even trying. A sandwich at lunch, meat at dinner, maybe some eggs in the morning. Protein was everywhere. But as you age, appetite often changes. Sometimes you don't feel like eating as much meat. Sometimes chewing is harder. And sometimes digestion feels heavier after a steak than it used to. The problem is, without enough protein, your muscles start to shrink. And when muscles shrink, fatigue creeps in. Suddenly, lifting groceries feels harder. Climbing stairs feels like a mountain. And even standing up from a chair can feel like a workout. This is where quinoa comes in. It's one of the rare grains that contains all 9 essential amino acids, the special proteins your body can't make on its own. That means quinoa acts almost like meat in terms of building and repairing muscle, but without the heaviness. It's light, gentle on the stomach, and easy to mix into your meals. Here's another benefit. Quinoa is naturally gluten-free. For seniors with sensitive digestion, bloating, or discomfort after bread and pasta, quinoa can be a relief. It gives you energy without the side effects. And unlike refined carbs, it doesn't spike your blood sugar. Instead, It keeps it steady, giving you the kind of balanced fuel that makes a real difference in how you feel hour by hour. You might be wondering, but what does it taste like? Quinoa has a mild, nutty flavor. Think of it like rice, but with more character. And it's just as versatile. You can serve it warm, as a side dish with vegetables or chicken. You can toss it into salads for a hearty, filling lunch. You can even make a breakfast porridge with quinoa, fruit, and cinnamon for something a little different than oats. Now let's talk about energy on a deeper level. Energy isn't just about staying awake. It's about strength. If your body feels weak, even small tasks drain you. If your muscles are fragile, you feel tired just moving around the house. Quinoa helps here because it feeds your muscles with protein, while also giving you slow, steady carbs for endurance. It's like giving your body both the fuel and the building material it needs to stay active. Imagine this. Two seniors take a walk together. One eats mostly refined carbs and very little protein. Their steps are heavy, their legs tire quickly, and they need to sit down often. The other makes quinoa a regular part of their meals. Their muscles feel stronger, their energy lasts longer, and they finish the walk feeling refreshed instead of drained. That's the difference the right grain can make. And don't forget about minerals. Quinoa is rich in magnesium, iron, and B vitamins, all critical for energy. Magnesium helps relax your muscles and nerves, keeping cramps and stiffness away. Iron helps your blood carry oxygen, which is literally what gives your body the spark of life. And B vitamins act like the spark plugs in your engine, helping your cells turn food into energy. Many seniors feel fatigued not because they don't eat enough, but because their bodies are missing these very nutrients. Quinoa quietly fills that gap. So while oats give you steady fuel for the morning, quinoa acts like a protein powerhouse to keep your body strong, your muscles steady, and your energy flowing all day long. It's a grain worth welcoming onto your plate, especially if fatigue and weakness have been creeping in. In the next part, we'll look at a familiar food you may already know but might not be using in its healthiest form. Brown rice. It's the cousin of the white rice most of us grew up with. But unlike white rice, brown rice keeps the good stuff, and that good stuff could be the reason you stop feeling drained after meals. For many seniors, rice has been a lifelong companion. It's comforting, it's familiar, and it goes with just about everything. But here's the problem. The white rice most people eat is missing the very parts of the grain that give you energy, strength, and nourishment. It's like buying a car with the engine stripped out. It looks fine, but it doesn't take you very far. White rice is polished. The outer bran and germ, the parts loaded with fiber, vitamins, and minerals, are removed. What's left is mostly starch, which burns through your system quickly. That's why, after a big plate of white rice, you may feel satisfied for a moment but sluggish soon after. It's a blood sugar roller coaster, and for seniors, those spikes and dips can lead to fatigue, irritability, and even an afternoon crash that steals away your energy. Brown rice, on the other hand, keeps those valuable layers intact. It has the fiber, the vitamins, and the slow-digesting carbs that fuel your body more evenly. Instead of spiking your blood sugar and leaving you tired, brown rice works like a steady drip of fuel, keeping you energized longer. It's the same food you already know, just in its complete form. One of the best parts about brown rice is its fiber. Seniors often struggle with digestion, constipation, bloating, or that heavy feeling after meals. Fiber helps move things along smoothly, reducing discomfort and freeing up energy. Instead of your body struggling with sluggish digestion, it can focus on keeping you active and alert. Another hidden benefit: brown rice is rich in B vitamins, especially B1, thiamine, and B3, niacin. These vitamins are like small switches in your body that turn food into usable energy. Without enough of them, even if you eat well, your cells don't get the full spark they need. That's one reason some seniors feel constantly tired, not because they're eating too little, but because their body isn't converting food into energy efficiently. Brown rice quietly supports that conversion. And let's not forget magnesium. Seniors often don't get enough of this mineral, yet it's essential for muscle relaxation and heart health. Without it, you may feel cramps, stiffness, or even heart palpitations. Brown rice contains magnesium in natural balance with other nutrients, making it an easy way to restore what's missing. Now, some people say brown rice is chewy or takes too long to cook. That's true if you're used to soft white rice, but it's also easy to adapt. Cooking it with extra water or using a rice cooker makes it softer. And if chewing is a concern, you can make brown rice into soups, porridges, or mix it with vegetables for a softer texture. The slight chewiness actually works in your favor. It slows you down, helping you feel full before you overeat. Let's picture this. 2 dinners, same size. One plate with white rice, the other with brown rice. The white rice leaves you feeling sleepy within the hour, your energy crashing as your blood sugar falls. The brown rice keeps you satisfied and steady, so you can enjoy your evening without fighting off fatigue. It's the difference between fuel that burns out fast and fuel that lasts through the night. Another important point for seniors. Brown rice can help manage weight. Many people gain weight after 60, not because they're eating more, but because their metabolism slows. Brown rice, with its fiber and steady release of energy, helps you feel satisfied without overeating. It balances your appetite naturally, which in turn supports healthier weight and better mobility. So, if rice has always been your comfort food, don't give it up. Just switch to its more complete version, brown rice. It's the same familiar grain, but it works with your body instead of against it. It helps steady your blood sugar, fuels your energy more evenly, supports digestion, and adds back vital nutrients that white rice took away. In the next part, we'll talk about a grain that might sound old-fashioned but is making a strong comeback, barley. It's hearty, it's filling, and it has a surprising effect on both energy and cholesterol that makes it a senior-friendly powerhouse. When you hear the word barley, you might think of old soups or maybe even beer. It's not the first grain most people picture on their dinner plate, but barley deserves far more credit than it gets, especially for seniors who feel constantly drained and want energy that lasts. Barley is one of the oldest grains in the world. Ancient civilizations relied on it as a staple because it kept them strong through long days of work. And for good reason. Barley is packed with fiber, nutrients, and a unique ability to keep blood sugar balanced. For seniors, that balance is everything. Here's why barley stands out. Unlike white rice or pasta, which push your blood sugar up quickly and drop it just as fast, barley digests at a slow pace. This is thanks to its high content of soluble fiber, the same type of fiber that oats are famous for. Soluble fiber forms a gel-like substance in your stomach, slowing down digestion, smoothing out blood sugar spikes, and giving you hours of steady energy instead of short bursts. For seniors, this means less fatigue, fewer crashes, and more stamina for the day. But barley doesn't just help with energy. It also supports your heart in a powerful way. That same soluble fiber, called beta-glucan, actively lowers LDL cholesterol, the bad type that clogs arteries. As we age, cholesterol and heart health become constant worries. Barley helps on both fronts. It fuels you with steady energy and protects your heart at the same time. That's a rare combination in one simple grain. Now, let's talk about fullness. Many seniors struggle with appetite swings, sometimes eating too little, sometimes overeating comfort foods. Barley's fiber helps regulate that. It keeps you feeling satisfied without being heavy, so you're less likely to reach for sugary snacks later. That alone can reduce those late-day crashes that leave you too tired to enjoy the evening. And here's a little-known benefit. Barley is rich in selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral that acts like an antioxidant, protecting your cells from damage and supporting your immune system. Low selenium levels have been linked to fatigue and even weaker immunity. By including barley in your diet, you quietly build up your body's defense system while also restoring energy. The taste and texture of barley may surprise you. It's chewy, hearty, and has a slightly nutty flavor. It pairs beautifully in soups and stews, adding a comforting thickness. You can also cook it as a side dish, like rice, or even mix it into salads for extra bite. If you've been eating softer foods, it may feel different at first, but many seniors find that the chewy texture makes meals more satisfying, encouraging slower, mindful eating. Imagine this. You make a hearty vegetable soup with barley. You eat a bowl at lunch, And instead of feeling drowsy an hour later, you feel fueled and light, ready to take a walk or enjoy an activity. That steady, grounded energy is the gift of barley. Of course, no grain is a magic bullet, but when you put barley into the bigger picture of your diet, it plays an important role. It gives you energy you can count on, keeps your blood sugar steady, supports your heart, improves digestion, and even strengthens your immunity. That's a lot for one old-fashioned grain. The truth is, sometimes the foods that seem forgotten are the ones that still work best. Barley has carried human beings through centuries of hard living. Today, it can carry seniors through the challenges of fatigue, heart health, and digestion with the same quiet strength. And here's the exciting part. We still have 2 more grains to cover. The next one is buckwheat, a grain with a funny name, but a serious impact on both blood pressure and steady energy. Don't let the word wheat fool you. Buckwheat isn't wheat at all, and it's naturally gluten-free. Let's see why this unusual grain deserves a spot on your plate. By now, you've seen how oats, quinoa, brown rice, and barley can make a real difference in your daily energy. But there are 2 more grains, often overlooked, that deserve a place on your table if you're over 60 and tired of being tired. These are buckwheat and millet. Their names may not sound glamorous, but their benefits are powerful. Let's start with buckwheat. Despite the name, buckwheat isn't wheat at all. It's naturally gluten-free, which makes it gentle on digestion. Seniors who struggle with bloating or discomfort after bread and pasta often find relief with buckwheat. But the real magic of buckwheat is in how it supports your circulation. Buckwheat is rich in a compound called rutin, which strengthens blood vessels and improves blood flow. For seniors, better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients delivered to your muscles and brain, which translates to better stamina, sharper focus, and fewer episodes of that dragging fatigue. Think about it this way. Tiredness isn't always about sleep. Sometimes, it's about circulation. If your blood isn't moving efficiently, your body doesn't get the fuel it needs, and you feel drained. Buckwheat quietly addresses that problem. It supports your veins, eases pressure, and helps your heart pump more effectively. And as a bonus, buckwheat has been linked to lower blood pressure, another major concern as we age. Imagine one grain helping you fight fatigue and supporting your heart at the same time. That's buckwheat. Taste-wise, buckwheat has a hearty, earthy flavor. You might know it in the form of soba noodles, popular in Japan, or as buckwheat pancakes. It can also be cooked like rice or turned into porridge. For seniors who want variety beyond oats and rice, buckwheat adds a unique twist while quietly fueling your body with steady energy. Now let's turn to millet. Millet is an ancient grain, once considered the grain of the poor, but today it's making a comeback as a superfood. What makes millet so special is how gentle and balanced it is. Millet digests easily, making it a great option for seniors with sensitive stomachs. It's alkaline in nature, which helps reduce inflammation in the body, a hidden cause of fatigue many people overlook. When your body is inflamed, your energy gets drained fighting it. Millet soothes that fire, leaving more energy for you. Millet is also rich in magnesium and B vitamins. Magnesium helps relax your muscles and nerves, easing cramps and tension. B vitamins, as we've seen with other grains, act like the switches that keep your body's energy systems running. Together, they make millet not just fuel for today, but support for long-term vitality. Another bonus of millet is how it helps balance blood sugar. Just like oats and barley, millet has a low glycemic index, meaning it doesn't send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. For seniors, steady blood sugar equals steady energy. No more sudden crashes that leave you yawning in the afternoon. Instead, millet works like a slow, gentle current that carries you through the day. So how can you enjoy millet? It's versatile. You can cook it like rice, make it into porridge, or even bake it into breads and muffins. Its mild, slightly sweet flavor makes it easy to adapt into both savory and sweet meals. For seniors who want variety without complication, millet is one of the easiest grains to add to your diet. Now, let's step back and look at the big picture. Each of these 6 grains, oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, buckwheat, and millet, works in its own way to bring your energy back. Oats steady your mornings. Quinoa builds your muscles. Brown rice gives you balanced daily fuel. Barley supports both energy and cholesterol. Buckwheat strengthens your circulation. Millet calms inflammation and keeps your energy steady. Together, they form a powerful toolkit for seniors who are tired of feeling tired. The truth is, fatigue after 60 isn't just part of aging. It's often about the fuel you give your body. If you fill your tank with quick-burning, sugary, or processed foods, of course you'll feel drained. But when you switch to grains that burn slowly, feed your muscles, and protect your heart, you give your body what it needs to keep going strong. So the next time you find yourself yawning through the day, ask yourself, is it really my age or is it my fuel? Because if it's fuel, you now have the answer. 6 humble grains that can bring back the steady, lasting energy you've been missing. Try them, rotate them, make them part of your life. And you may just discover that 60, 70, or even 80 can feel lighter, stronger, and more energized than you thought possible.